Hey guys, Joey here with a review of the latest DC Comics animated feature on Blu-ray, Batman: The Dark Knight Returns Part 1. Based on the classic Frank Miller comic, Dark Knight Returns effectively captures the mood and atmosphere of the book. This is a dingy future version of 1980s Gotham City, and probably the most violent and depressing Gotham you've ever seen on screen. The story follows the comics pretty specifically, complete with some direct visual references to Miller's work, even if the animation doesn't fully represent his style in anything but broad strokes. The movie does a great job of weaving a complete tale, despite it being half of the full story. There are a few disparate elements that are set up for Part 2, but this installment mostly stands alone. Part 1 centers around Batman's war with the mutants and the chaos that ensues, side by side with the emergence of new Robin, Carrie Kelly. Action scenes are slick and beautifully choreographed. Batman striking from the shadows and the impact of his punches has never looked as good as it does here, aided by vibrant colors and crisp high def. The filmmakers don't shy away from references to Bat mythology either, though some things may fly over the heads of casual fans. Some things don't translate as well on screen though. The newscasts that lace the original comic are presented nearly in full here. It isn't one of my favorite parts of the comic, but on screen they totally lack the thematic punch that they do on the page, making them extraneous at best. The movie also makes use of Batman's inner monologue, but instead of dark and brooding, it comes off as a bit cheesy. Despite those gripes, the voice cast is solid, with former RoboCop Peter Weller doing the heavy lifting as Batman. Ariel Winter is suitably charming as Carrie Kelly, and Michael McKean fitting as Dr. Wolper. Less impressive is David Selby as Jim Gordon, who's far too understated, and Gary Anthony Williams as the mutant leader, who simply hams it up. While I enjoyed the movie overall, the extra features on this Blu-ray release have a lot to be desired. If you're looking for rad special features about the making of this movie and/or one of the most important superhero comics of all time, you're going to be mighty disappointed. This is mostly reused content, from the Bob Kane featurette to 2 episodes of Batman the Animated Series. There's nothing here that will excite you. There's a very brief featurette about the development of the Carrie Kelly character, and a sneak peek at Dark Knight Returns Part 2 that uses animatics. The sneak peek is cool since we get a taste of Michael Emerson's turn as the Joker, but the Carrie featurette is ultimately bland without any commentary from Frank Miller. Despite the lame special features, the movie alone makes this disc worth a purchase. It's definitely one of the best DC animated flicks to date, and should satisfy even the most die-hard fans of the classic graphic novel. IGN's going to give Batman: The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 a 7.5 out of 10.